I'm a sucker for ideas.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what the art form, I'm like a sucker for ideas, and I don't care what form it comes in. I usually like it in, like I'm not necessarily like the biggest on nonfiction or things like, well, I don't know, I like documentaries and I like some nonfiction books and stuff, but when I say ideas, I just love when I read something or I watch something and I know like either explicitly like hitting me over the head or implicitly like hidden in themes and the way they're creating their art, that I'm learning a new idea, because I love ideas. I'm a freaking like idea junkie. Like when I get a new idea, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so good. Can you believe that? I just learned that new idea.
Do you take that idea and use it? Like, do you MacGyver it?
See,
we can make this work. Oh, I got duct tape and no.
So these days, like people who are like, oh, this other person thinks differently than me, I'm gonna hate them. Me, I'm like, you think differently than me? Tell me your ways. I just want to know. I'm not necessarily going to agree with every idea I hear, but I love hearing a new idea. I love like conspiracy theories and stuff.
Okay, let's move on. Question 8. Do you feel like in the last 3 years, television has taken over and movies have gone underneath television?
No. Movies are still king.
Okay, good, because I was worried here.
And they will always be king.
We have all these actresses and actors. They're in all these TV show, Netflix series only, and I'm like, okay, what's going on here? We're seeing something. We're seeing growth in another area here, and these are going straight. And we got directors like Barry Sonnenfeld going and doing a series of unfortunate events, TV, Netflix series only. We got so we got all these happenings. It just made me think, okay, there's still big movies out there, but is television somehow clashing here, and is it bigger?
Oh, and I don't think it's a clash. I think it's a beautiful coming together. But like, I don't know, people rave about how this is the golden age of television. It's going to get a lot better. But I don't know, people are just like, oh, Breaking Bad was so great, and this is controversial, and I love Breaking Bad, okay, but I mean, it's like everyone's just so excited that they made a TV show as good as a pretty good movie. You know what I mean? If Breaking Bad was like cut down to a movie, it wouldn't be that great. I'm just saying. Like, Breaking Bad was so great because it was a television show. If Breaking Bad was a movie, it would not be the Reservoir Dogs of its day. It would just be like, yeah, it's a good movie. Okay. And like, people love Breaking Bad so much, so maybe that's controversial. But it's as I see it, it's kind of like how much people like something is based on their expectations of how good that thing should be. Which is why it's easier to make a joke if you're preaching a sermon than if you're doing stand-up comedy. Because if you're preaching a sermon, nobody expects you to be funny. So when you make a joke that's kind of funny, people laugh. They're like, I didn't expect you to be funny. But if you're a guy doing stand-up comedy and you're standing up there and people are like, make me laugh, it's a lot harder to be funny. It's not like painting a picture. Making movies and TV shows is collaborative. You're working with a lot of different people, and if you get lucky, you get people that are like, okay, what did we do in the last episodes? Okay, let's do, and you have people that respect whatever you're doing, and they put the next building block on in a good way, but it's not like a movie. A movie is concise.
Open and closed book.
Yeah, it's concise, and you know where it's going to start, you know where it's going to end, and even a movie can have. Take Suicide Squad, for instance, where there's like massive reshoots and rewrites and 2 different editing teams and all this stuff, right? And it's crap because of that, right? So it's a mess. Maybe you liked it. Sorry.
Certain parts,
but it's kind of a mess. It's all over the place, right? And that's because you can get too collaborative.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's kind of why I like Kevin Smith. He writes, he directs, and he edits. Like those are three different, like really peak points of making a movie and telling a story, right? So I think that's why some of the greatest films are like directed and written by the same person.
I didn't like this last one, but anyways.
Okay.
I didn't see Tusk.
But
I saw one movie.
Nobody liked Yoga Hosers. Yoga Hosers
see that one? I'm talking about the one, oh my gosh, I can't even. Red State.
You didn't like Red State?
Because I liked certain things, but I just did not like what.
Okay.
Why do showrunners torture people with season after season of a television show? Don't you find the writers write worse, the director becomes piss poor, and the actors phone it in at a certain point?
Well, I think that's just what happens when you're doing TV shows are serials, right? They're serial stories that kind of fall under the blanket of one story. And to me, it's like you can't just be like, hey, I write one chapter. Here, you write the next chapter. Hey, you write the next chapter, and expect that to be cohesive. It's just like I think this is what they'll do in the future. If you're gonna write a TV show, then decide beforehand how many seasons it's gonna be.
Yes.
Write the whole thing. Of course, there's gonna be changes and all that.
Yeah.
But I mean, have a vision. You know, have a very distinct vision. Write those 5 seasons. Have those 5 seasons on paper. Of course, they'll change as the story develops, but it doesn't mean you can't plan. But because like this whole like we'll do a season and we'll see if they hire us, because then it's not a creative mind making the decisions. It's the money, and money makes bad creative decisions. Money is good for a lot of things, but it's not good for creativity. So I don't know. I just think the way television is set up is it's built to fail. It's built to be bad art. And when people can get around that, and they're starting to now more and more, then that's awesome.
Yeah. And I mean, I've talked about this with a lot of people. I don't know what it is. I just get to the point where I'm just like, yes, we get it. We're going through the same excuses, same story, same problems, I just want to strangle this character.
Do you ever try and watch like
a
television show from the 90s or the 80s?
No, I start talking to them. I'm just like, okay, get over it. Like seriously though, it's really tough. Team can go through 100 million things. Do we really need to see this character go through them?
Yeah, I mean,
like what else are you gonna throw?
That's a new genre. Teens going through things.
Yeah.
That's my favorite genre.
I
13 Reasons Why. It's just
I can't
teens
say
going
enough,
through stuff.
but it's
their life is hard.
Soap opera. Oh, okay, Buffy the Vampire had to stop that.
She's going through things.
Soap opera galore. I didn't care.
She's in love with a vampire, but she's a vampire slayer. She's going through things.
How many did you watch?
Teens are going through things.
Be honest. Before you said
well, I used to have
click.
I used to have a celebrity crush on
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Gellar.
I don't know.
No, the redhead that was on How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, her.
But and also on the other one, the brunette
that girl
was also on like another show. But so I watched like maybe a half a season, but it didn't bring me in. The original Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie, I was into that back in the day.
Okay, well, let's move on to question 10.
Let's talk about this more.
No, I don't have anything to say. It's just,
okay.
It's the same. Even if I love a show, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I love this show, and I don't know. Looking back in hindsight, maybe I got jet lag, but I don't know. Like I put this rant up, and I put this show so far down. Like I stopped on this show about how I put it down because I felt the writers just went nuts. They said, okay, let's get this person. We don't have that actress. We're just going to make this person stupid and that person dumb and that person really stupid. And this person does the opposite of what they were supposed to do.
That's you know what? That's true. That 70s show, usually you have like one dumb character that's funny, but like that 70s show, they're all dumb in different ways. I should call it 7 Degrees of Dumb. Anyways, But you know, an example of like rehashing, like the whole media form of TV, where they have to like, oh, we're signed for another season and we want more money, so we're going to do this again. Another good example of that is the TV show Prison Break. I haven't seen it. But my friend Paul was telling me about it, and he said like they just had to come up with new ways for them to get back into prison and to break it.
Yeah,
so it's just like every season they're going in and like breaking out of a new prison, and like it's just like in and out of prison for like it did like tons of seasons. It was like that's hilarious. It's like gambling. It's like, oh, I'm on a roll. Put more money, and then eventually you lose big.
Yes.
Right? Because you put tons of money.
Where's the quality, man?
So I think, you know, is it crazy just to say, let's make good art? And I think people will want to watch stuff that's good. Being a producer in my world is just that you're just doing a lot of work, and you're calling a lot of people, and you're in contact with a lot of people, and it's so fun though. And you're doing casting, and you're going around to places and saying, "Can I film here?"
Yeah.
You do all the producing in your films,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
You know, it's like it's just doing the work. You know what? If I could say like on the smaller scale that we do things, I'd say producing is just asking people for things. Hey, do you want to be in this film? Hey, do you mind if we shoot in your back alley?
Yeah.
You know, it's
opportunities and just asking. Yeah.
Just asking people for this. Were you not, when you made your
Point 15?
Point 15?
Yeah.
Were you not amazed by how many people would just let you do stuff?
Yeah, it was.
Hey, can I use this space? Sure.
There was a few closed doors. I think the biggest thing to get was probably that bar, and a lot of the.
Oh yeah, you shot in the bar.
Yeah, a lot.
Were you shooting after hours?
Yeah, I was shooting on Sundays mornings.
Yeah.
When there was hardly anyone there. And
wait, they had customers still?
Not really. Like they were.
Were they open?
They were technically opened, but it was just like there was maybe one time, and it wasn't during a take or anything. But there was like maybe one time that someone came in, and it was just like in and out type of thing.
Yeah, but that's the thing too. It's like people want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Because
they want a credit or something. That's what he said.
Yeah, but like people just it's something interesting. Like if anyone, I don't know who's gonna watch this, but like me and Chris, we come from a smaller area. I live in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. It's a very small city. Chris lives in Manville, Alberta. It's a hamlet, actually, right? And so we come from pretty small places. And I think like as far as the arts go, I feel like music sweeps through first. So music can be in a place, and then it takes a while for movies and stuff to come in, right? And so even where we live, film isn't huge. It's not a huge thing, right? So when people get an opportunity to be involved, to film in their space or whatever, I think they get excited by it. They're like, oh, this is new. This is not something that usually happens here. Even though, you know, stuff does get, we've had professional stuff filmed.
We've had professional. Innisfree had a fairly big movie that I didn't even know about because I was.
Movie? Innisfree?
Yeah, Innisfree got.
Innisfree,
Hemsworth was in a movie with Billy Bob Thornton.
What?
And it was what's it called? We've had a few that have showed up in Alberta and stuff, but it's just like
they did Jesse James.
They did Jesse James. They brought
the coward.
They brought Leonardo DiCaprio out to Calgary or past Calgary in the middle of nowhere to do Revenant.
And today, 80% of films are filmed outside of Los Angeles.
Oh, I believe that.
So it's everyone's game right now.
It is absolutely. Last question.
Last question.
If you could watch only one decade of films,
oh my
and it's not to say that these were the best, but if you just had to say, okay, this decade of films, which one would it be? I'll go first.
Go ahead.
90s. 90s movies. I would from 1990 all the way to 99. I would just be satisfied with watching those. Hey, it may not be the best of the best of the best, but I would say yes. I'd be satisfied with watching just 90s movies That's like all the Tim Burton movies,
What?
science fiction movies. Sphere was in there.
Yeah.
You know,
We're talking Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
We're talking Groundhog Day. We're talking Jumanji.
All
We're
the
talking-
like 95s, all those action movies. I would be satisfied with. You would probably
We're
be
talking
80s, right?
Jean-Claude Van Damme in his heyday. We're talking Steven Seagal. We're talking
Yes.
Terminator 2. Yeah, my decade would be the 40s.
Oh, the 40s.
The 40s, yeah.
1940
I just-
1949.
I just,
Was Psycho in there at least?
that's 60s, I believe.
Oh, well then you missed out.
No, the 40s, I love a lot of films from that era.
Like what?
All About Eve.
Oh,
It's a
Charlie
wonderful-
Chaplin would have had some of his out. Would he?
Yeah, I guess so. In the early 40s, yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
I might be interested.
Yeah. Yeah, It's a Wonderful Life, All About Eve, The Philadelphia Story.
Okay, that's a good one.
1945 to 1950 is just gold. Like some of the best movies. All the ones I mentioned actually were 1945 to 1950. But yeah, that I would say scrap the decade, 1945 to 1950. Just take those, including 1950. I take those 5 years. It's just like people understood their priorities. There was just like such an intrinsic understanding of what's most important in life, and I think in the art that came out, especially movies, that came out so strong and wonderfully. So 1945, 1950.
Well, thank you for having me on here and
You're having me.
Yeah, thank you for being a part of this, and we'll have to do it again sometime.
Is that it?